all of you? Am I clearly audible and visible to you all? Hello, hi to everyone. Long time no see. So I chose this special day to see you all, and not alone, mind you. I have someone really special to join me, has already joined us. I will introduce you. Special to join me. Okay. So, Bacha Party, for all those who are new here or who are joining our channel for the first time, I'm Dr. Jyotsana. I'm a biology faculty at Udan. That's my formal introduction. And as for you, most of you are my students, very hardworking, putting all your efforts in day and night to crack your NEET exam, which everyone looks at just from this perspective. Sadly, no one looks at all other things that you are facing along with the competition, along with the studies. Above all, you're humans, right? And you have your own troubles, you have your own emotional stresses, you have your own fights, maybe some family issues, maybe some financial issues. XYZ, everyone has their own ecosystem and they're struggling with it all alone. And at times you really, really want someone कि यार बस कोई आके एक जादू की झप्पी दे दे एंड सब ठीक हो जाए, कोई बस एक मैजिक वॉन्ड चल जाए और सब ठीक हो जाए. इतना स्ट्रेस, इतनी एंजाइटी, पता नहीं अभी नीट होगा कि नहीं होगा, अभी पोस्टपोन हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा. सो मेनी क्वेश्चंस एंड देयर इज नो वन टू आंसर, क्योंकि किसी को कुछ पता ही नहीं है ना. Just for all these troubles and all these problems that you're facing, I've asked a very special friend of mine to help you all with this emotional stress. She is Coach Priya Dua. She's a Nasi Moinji alumni. She has an expertise in studying human behavior. She has been accredited with her efforts in human psychology and consumer intelligence, and par excellence, I am very sure she will be able to give you some super solid mantras to burst your stress today and give you a very, very calm, tips so that you can go ahead with your competition studies along with managing your stress. So presenting you, Coach Priya Dua.
Hello, Dr. Jyotsana. Thank you so much for this lovely introduction. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, friends. How is everyone doing? I'm so glad to be hosting this event for you. So today, let's just get on to business. Let's just understand, ये stress होता क्या है? Why do we have stressful situations in our life? Why do we let the stress come on to us, and how do we deal with it? उससे पहले, okay, let me share my screen. So yes, let's punch your stress away. Can you see my screen? Is my screen visible? Yes, it is. So you live most of your life inside your head. हमें लगता है we are living in this world, but you live most of your life inside your head. Make sure it's a nice place to be. We have so many thoughts, so many feelings day in, day out, and we live in those thoughts. We breathe in those thoughts. And if those thoughts are negative, if those thoughts are stressful, it means that the world that you're living in, the world around you, is also stressful. How are you feeling? Write down your feelings. Just maybe 1, 2, 3 words. These are some examples. You could be feeling happy, sad, angry, worried, excited, silly, embarrassed, frustrated, stressed, surprised. Just write down 3 feelings.
Okay.
In these 3 feelings, I can bet and say there would definitely be one negative feeling. One thought in your mind would be indicative of a negative thought or a self-doubt or something that is not positive. We have 60,000 thoughts per day. Imagine the number of thoughts we have every day. We have 60,000 thoughts every day. And 95% are the same thoughts you had yesterday and you had the day before and you will have tomorrow. Of these 95% of 60,000 thoughts that you have, 80% of your thoughts are negative, which is you are mostly doing a negative self-talking to yourself. So what is negative self-talk? हम जो खुद को बोलते हैं. Things that you tell, you say to yourself. मुझसे हो पाएगा कि नहीं हो पाएगा. Just what Dr. Jyotsna spoke about. Exam कब है? इस बार exam clear होगा कि नहीं होगा? Will I fare well or not? So all these are self-doubt questions, which is a negative self-talk. 80% of your thoughts that you have every day is negative. ऐसा क्यों होता है? Why do we naturally drift towards negative thoughts? Let me give you an example. That's because you have a negativity bias. As humans, we are naturally attracted towards negative things and negative thoughts. Negative thoughts is something which will, negative thing is something which will instantly attract you. For example, you know what is a Velcro? Velcro sticks on very well. And Teflon is a non-stick pan. It slips away. Negative thoughts are like Velcro. And positive thoughts are like Teflon. Positive thoughts बहुत easily दिमाग slip out हो जाएंगे. And Velcro की तरह negative thoughts हमारे दिमाग में चिपके हुए रहेंगे. So that is why you have so many negative thoughts. Imagine you get 10 compliments in one day and 10 compliments and one criticism in a day. You've given a presentation. It was kick-ass. You presented so well. The style of presentation, people complimented you. I loved your style of presentation. I love the content. I love the flow of your presentation. One person comes and tells you that slide that you explained about, how to deal with human behavior, it didn't really go well. I couldn't understand it so well. Which thought will you remember? You will forget all those 10 compliments. The one thing that will stick on with you is, अरे मैंने उस slide में क्या गलत कर दिया? How could I have made that slide? No, you will not even think how could I have made that slide better. You will keep thinking what went wrong in that slide. We will naturally keep thinking कि हमने गलत क्या किया. उसको कैसे ठीक कर सकते हैं ये नहीं सोचेंगे और हमने इतने सब so many good things we did, we will not applaud ourselves for that. You get 10 compliments and one criticism, hold on to the compliments and take that one criticism in your stride and see how can you improvise it. Our thoughts control our habitual behaviors. Whatever habits we have is because of our behaviors. 95% of our behaviors are habitual. Which means if you keep telling yourself, if you keep giving yourself negative feeding, it will become a habit. You will get in this habit of negative self-talking. You have to control it. If you want to take it in a positive direction, you have to do positive self-talking. हम जैसे behave करते हैं, it becomes a habit. And if the way you feed on to yourself, that also becomes a habit. If you keep criticizing yourself, if you keep giving that negative self-talk to yourself, that will become a habit. Do we have any questions here, Dr. Jyotsna? Until here? Not really? So let's move ahead. So good evening, one and all. Let's move ahead. The session objectives. We will understand what is stress, different types of stress, the reality of stress, reasons for your exam stress, how do we cope with it, and some nice, happy remedies. Okay?
Excited. Yeah.
So what is stress? It is a byproduct of the reaction people have to excessive pressure at work. It's natural. We live in a competitive world. There is no way we cannot take on that kind of stress onto us. We live in a continuously challenging and growing and developing environment. We put our minds and bodies in that environment. It's natural to have so many emotions, to feel overwhelmed. That overwhelming feeling translates into stress. It becomes worry and anxiety before even we realize it. Let me give you an example. Let's do a nice experiment to understand it. I have this glass of water in my hand. Can you see this glass of water? Okay, I'm holding on to it. I've held this glass of water. You tell me कि प्रिया इसको hold करके रखो. मैं पकड़ के रखा है. And 10 seconds, I'm good. I can hold it. Another 1 minute, 2 minutes, I can still hold on to it. I'm a little uncomfortable, not very happy, but chalo theek hai, I can still, I'm adapting to it, but I'm still holding on to it. Then you tell me hold it for some more time. Hold it for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, my hands will start trembling. My body will start shaking. It will get onto my mind कि अरे मुझे कब तक पकड़ के रखना है इसको? How will I hold it? I cannot hold on to it. If I'm here, what will happen to my to my family behind? There'll be so many thoughts in my head. Your stress is this glass of water. The longer you hold on to this glass of water by yourself, the more difficult it gets. It worsens your physical and mental state. So, what do? Take a sip and drink away your stress. That's what we do.
Nice.
You cannot hold on to your stress for so long. It's you are holding it. It's this glass of water which you're holding on to yourself, which is bothering you. For a while, it's okay. For some more while, it makes it a little uncomfortable. But beyond that, it gets onto your physical and mental state. Stress is what you're holding on to, let it go. Now, there are three types of stress: negative, positive, and individualistic. Quickly, let's understand how these different types of stress impact you. Negative stress is what I just showed in the glass experiment. Beyond a point, when you hold on to something, it becomes negative. It's excessive, prolonged, unmanaged, and unrelieved stress, which has a harmful impact on your mental, physical, and even spiritual health. You have complaints of headaches, digestive issues, skin complaints, insomnia. You hear yourself saying, "Because neend nahi aayi, I couldn't sleep well. I woke up in the middle of the night. I'm having constant headache, migraine issues." Why is this happening? It's happening because of stress. Most of the physical health problems, even mental health problems, is because of negative stress. It's because of unmanaged negative thoughts that you have in your mind and you're holding on to it, which causes this stress. And it's absolutely not required. ये मत सोचो negative stress है तो मेरे को रखना है. It's absolutely not required. Nothing is more than you. Remember.
I want to
Yes.
ask something.
Yes.
But it's easier said than done. कहना बहुत आसान है, तेरे को बुरा लग रहा है, मत फील कर, छोड़ दे उसको. But वो इतनी जल्दी दिमाग से जाता नहीं है. You know, if I say this to my kids also, कि यार it's okay, जो हो गया उसको भूल जाओ. अब तुम्हारे marks कम आए उसको भूल जाओ, अब अगले टेस्ट पे फोकस करो. But they stick on their old result. You know, they stick on their old mistakes. वो नहीं जाता है दिमाग से. How do we erase it? Like, it doesn't go. It's like
It
a
will
chewing
not
gum.
go because you don't want to let it go. It doesn't go because you don't want to let it go. You attached yourself with that failure. You attached yourself with what you have done previously, so much so that you have just identified with that failure.
Anything we can overcome it with? Like,
Yes, we will discuss that. There are various ways to overcome this. But you can overcome anything only if you really want to do it.
you have to make up your mind.
That's the basic thing. That's the underlying thing. अगर मुझे कुछ करना है तो ही मैं करूंगी ना.
True.
वरना how will you do it? The fact and reality is you have comforted yourself in that negative zone कि now I'm comfortable here and you made yourself believe that ऐसा ही है और मैं ऐसे ही हूँ. मैं फिर से भी ट्राई करूंगी तो भी नहीं कर पाऊंगी because these kind of negative self feeding that you give to yourself propels your negative thoughts and stress.
Probably. Let's go ahead. Sorry.
So there is something called as positive stress. Stress positive हो सकता है.
हमारी लाइफ में कुछ भी पॉजिटिव हो सकता है, हम सिर्फ पॉजिटिव वाइब्स ओनली वाले लोग हैं.
Yes, stress positive हो सकता है if you spur it in the right direction. If you motivate yourself. Of course, you are put into challenging situations. अब नीट का एग्जाम देना है. It's a challenging exam. इतना competitive exam. But if you take it with a drive that I have to win it. And even if I don't win it this time, there is a next time. And if I'm not winning it ever, this exam result is not going to define me. That's the kind of positive motivation that you give to yourself, which is the positive stress. when you are stimulating your mind in a way to cope with that challenging situation. You've conditioned your mind to say to yourself that, yes, I will deal with it. Whatever happens, I will deal with it. That kind of positive stimulation is positive stress. You know it's difficult. Recently, I've given a certification exam. It was super difficult. It wasn't easy. I wasn't even really prepared for it. I also was nervous, just like the way you have been. But then I kept telling myself, कोई बात नहीं, 3 attempts हैं, हो जाएगा. करना तो है ही. I knew it, करना तो है ही. I know it's not like करो और मरो situation for me. करो और कर लो. नहीं हुआ तो फिर कर लो. So that's the kind of positive stimulation you give to yourself that becomes a positive stress. And the third one is stress is individualistic. आप मानो या ना मानो, it is your perception of looking at things and events. It's your own reaction. How do you react to situations? You just said that कि हम कितना भी कर लें, you're not able to get out of it. That's because you have decided to react to it negatively. Your first instinct is to react to a situation in a negative way. And there is no optimal level. Some people can take so much stress and yet feel collected, gathered, not bothered, still motivated. And कुछ लोग इतना सा भी कुछ गलत हो गया, इतना भी stress हो गया, and the world goes upside down and tumbling for them. Some are more sensitive and others are more mature owing to their experiences in childhood, influence of teachers. The way you've been conditioned and brought up, the way you have had your surroundings, the kind of experiences you have faced, that defines your level of consuming stress. And that is why stress is individualistic. You're giving this exam, there are 30,000 more students who will be giving that same exam. In that same challenge, वो भी उसी challenging situation में है, उनको भी उतनी ही पढ़ाई करनी है, उनको भी, you cannot say कि वो ज़्यादा intelligent है और मैं नहीं हूँ. I know all of us are born with certain level of intelligences, but that doesn't mean that, you say that his condition is different and mine is different. No, that's easiest to do, to blame external situations. We start blaming our external factors without realizing that it's actually us. So how you react to a certain situation, how do you perceive a certain situation is different for different people. It's individualistic. So it's for you to decide how do you want to react to that situation, how do you want to deal with that stressful situation. Your conditioning matters, but then you know that you can recondition and repurpose your mindset. Your influence with teachers and your social culture really makes a difference. But then start learning, upskilling, reading, socializing, networking. It will give you a different perspective. It will broaden your horizon. It will open your mindset and thus make you more adept at handling stressful situations. You can always improvise. You can always enhance whatever individual you are, whatever identity you have. You can improvise. Our prime minister was a chai wala.
True.
The reality of stress. Most of the stress we experience is often self-generated. I just spoke about that. How we perceive ourselves in that situation. How do we perceive life? Whether an event makes us feel threatened or stimulated, encouraged or discouraged, happy or sad. It's from a personal experience I'm saying, whenever I got opportunities, my first instinct used to be कि नहीं कर सकती मैं. This was few years ago. It's not possible. I used to get worried. I used to get stressed and not encouraged. So that was my negative perspective to a certain opportunity. How do you look at an event or an opportunity and how do you perceive it? It's your own perception, whether you believe it or not. And that is why self-generated stress, it seems like a paradox because you just want to blame others. You find comfort in blaming others. हमने क्यों एग्जाम क्लियर नहीं किया? क्योंकि ऐसा ऐसा हो गया, शादी थी घर में, this था, वो था, ये था, this, that. We have so many other excuses and reasons to give. Similarly, any kind of stress stressful situation that you put yourself into and the way you deal with it is your own calling. So that's the reality of stress. Know this well. Keep things in perspective. Exams are important. Yes, they are very important. But you are so much more than your exam results. Now, at this stage of life, I'm not defined by my exam results. I'm defined by my choices. I'm defined by the choices I have made in my life, the opportunities I have, taken on to, the way I have dealt with situations. People don't know me. Right, I'm being introduced as a Nursing Monge alumni, but they don't know me. If I don't say it, nobody will know I'm a Nursing Monge alumni. What they will know is how I'm dealing with situations, how how I'm sharing my experiences, how am I with people, how do I make people feel around me. That is you. So keep things in a broader perspective. Get a broader perspective to your life. Exams are just a part of your life. I have a friend, I remember, she wanted to clear a certain civil exam. उसने 9 साल उस एग्जाम को ट्राई किया until she crossed the eligibility limit. फिर भी क्लियर नहीं किया उसने. She recently shared that experience with us on a social media platform. 9 बार, 9 attempts. She attempted 9 times. She was hell bent. नहीं मुझे करना ही है, नहीं मुझे करना ही है. 9 बार किया, फिर भी पास नहीं किया उसने. And it's like, but those 9 years were a wonderful journey. I learned so much about life. That is the kind of perspective she has towards life now. She could have felt defeated. She could have felt stress. 9 attempts is a lot. Maybe I also felt, my God, what courage, what determination, what diligence. So keep things in perspective. Exams are important, but you are so much more than your exam results. Please remember that. Dr. Jyotsana, any questions?
Actually, there are students, they really want to know if I see myself not scoring, why it's easier said than done, and I see other people scoring and I know them well. So, there's a sense of comparison and there is a sense of judgment अपने लिए ही कि यार वो इतना अच्छा कर रहा है, मैं क्यों नहीं कर रही, वो ऐसा क्या अच्छा कर रहा है जो मैं नहीं कर पा रही, मैं भी तो पढ़ रही हूँ. So these students really fail, it's difficult for them to come out of it. As I said, कि बहुत बहुत मुश्किल है अपने आप को समझाना कि ऐसा मत सोचो. Is there some technique? Is there some mantra? Is there some exercise? Or is there some remedy that we can do which you can share with us? They really, really want to know at this hour.
Okay. So, see, the first thing is that you have to start trusting yourself, that you know more than you think you do. It is about yourself. Dealing with stress is there's not going to be any किसने कोई जादू की छड़ी घुमा दी और आपका stress चला गया. What I'm trying to say here is, yeah, we wish it could happen. We really wish it could happen, but that doesn't happen. This whole thing about talking about yourself is that it is in your hands. How do you look at things? It's not easy. That's because you keep telling yourself it's not easy. This narrative that you give to yourself कि इतना आसान नहीं है, आपने बोल दिया और हो गया, it is that easy actually. The reality is it is that easy if you want it to happen, if you really want to come out of it. Comparison is going to remain it's always going to be there. People will compare you, people will judge you, but then it's about you yourself to understand how do you want to come out of that situation. Do you want to be stuck onto that situation? वो बंदा जिसने क्लियर कर लिया वो क्लियर करके और आगे निकल जाएगा और तुम कंपेयर करते करते वहीं रह जाओगे.
तो फिर क्या करें?
Stop comparing yourself. Just stop comparing. You're living your own life. बच्चों के एडमिशंस होते हैं. सॉरी, बच्चों के एडमिशंस होते हैं. नाउ देयर इज एन एज थिंग कि 3+ में you will be able to 3+ में you will get an admission into nursery. My daughter, for just 20 days, she will be going in one whole next year. So pretty much at the age of 4, she started her nursery. Now I'll keep comparing my daughter with that child who went at 2 years 11 months or 2 years 11 months, and she went in 3 years 11 months. 1 साल का gap आ गया उसकी life में. I would rather feel that she got 1 more year to prepare herself before she started her academic journey. So if you have not been able to, if you have not been able to clear that exam, it means that you need more preparation. You were not prepared. It's as simple as that. That person was prepared to do it mentally, physically, and academically as well. It means that you need more preparation. It just means that you, instead of attaching it in a more emotional, negative way, you would rather think of the practical ways of how can you do it better by preparing more, preparing better the next time, and actually focusing on your preparation rather than. I give this example of this girl who tried for 9 times, 9 attempts, and yet she didn't clear it. She had some positive learnings to share from those nine attempts. So we have, the reason why we are anxious is there is parental pressure on us of comparison, just the way you spoke about. There's frequent pressure on students to reach good standards, and which leads to self-harm and mental health problems.
It's not just parents. It's if I look at myself as a student कि मुझे एग्जाम क्लियर करना है, believe me, जिस दिन इन लोग का टेस्ट होता है उससे कुछ दिन पहले मैं भी वो टेस्ट देती हूँ. उससे पहले मेरे को स्ट्रेस होता है कि ये टेस्ट में ये गड़बड़ है, ये ऐसे है, ये ऐसे. It's not just the pressure from the organization or the parents, or it's my own creative
internal
stress.
pressure. Yes, it's an internal pressure.
It is my own pressure. मेरे को खुद को प्रेशर है कि मुझे करना है. इनको खुद को प्रेशर है कि मुझे करना है. एंड होता क्या है, अग्रीड, आई हैव टू कॉन्स्टेंटली कीप टेलिंग माई सेल्फ कि नहीं नहीं मुझे कंपेयर नहीं करना, नहीं नहीं मुझे और अच्छे से करना है. आई नो मुझे ये करना है. हाँ, वैसे आई बिलीव ऑल माई स्टूडेंट्स नो कि उनको ये करना है. बट जब वो सराउंडेड होते हैं ना उस नेगेटिव क्लाउड से, तो वो जो सारी समझदारी होती है और वो जो सारा पॉजिटिविटी होती है ना, वो सब चने के खेत में चला जाता है. कुछ नहीं ध्यान रहता. I can only think of negative at that time. Yes. Is there something I can do at that time which will bring back the positivity? मतलब, I know what I have to do. I know I have to not compare. I know I have to be practical. I know I have to prepare better. I know I have to focus on my preparation. I know everything I have to do. But when I am in that depressing zone, or when I am clouded by those negative thoughts, nothing of this comes to my mind. I don't know why.
One simple trick that I do to deal with my anxiety in that moment is I chew gum.
Okay.
Chewing gum really helps. When you chew gum or you wash your face with cold water, that tackles your anxiety in that moment.
Okay.
Right? Of course, what you're saying is true. In that moment, सब कुछ चला जाता है. That's because it was superficial. You haven't said to yourself very well that you don't have to compare. It was superficial. It will come with practice. This kind of positive self-talking and positive thinking and dealing with stress in a positive way comes with practice. It will not come overnight.
So guys, you have to make it a practice to say to yourself every time you look.
Yes, positive self-affirmations really work. In the morning, I can do it. Do that power pose. Just I can do it. I can do everything. I can rock the world. It's okay if you don't rock it. It's okay if you don't rock it. You are rocking for yourself. The fear of failure. कुछ नहीं है ये, हमें fear of failure है. When was the last time you tried something new? Tell me. We don't try new things. We have the fear of doing something unknown. The doubt कि अरे मुझसे clear होगा कि नहीं होगा. Judgments, लोग क्या सोचेंगे? Are they living your life or you are living your life? Only if you try, you will improve. You will have an experience. You will build that confidence. You will realize कि was it worth trying or not. हम कोई रेस्टोरेंट ट्राई करके आते हैं, चलो ट्राई करके आते हैं, बहुत फैंसी लग रहा है, खाना खा के द फूड वाज नॉट ग्रेट. यू न्यू ना, खा के मालूम पड़ा ना आपको कि फूड वाज नॉट ग्रेट. राइट? सो it is the fear of failing. It's that imposter feeling in your head that you keep telling yourself. Also, it happens sometimes when in reverse situations when students are overconfident and they get careless about it. about the exams. When they're overconfident, हाँ मैंने सब पढ़ लिया, मेरे को सब आता है. And then it leads to negative consequences. So lack of preparedness and lack of preparation, which leads to overconfidence. One is the fear of failing and the other is lack of preparation. The one thing that you can do instantly is to divert yourself, distract yourself from that thought. That will again come with consciousness, to distract yourself from that thought. We will come to it. The other is you over expect from yourself. तुमने प्रिपेयर इतना किया और तुम रिजल्ट इतना चाह रहे हो. Of course, you prepare so much also and result kabhi kabhi itna aata hai, but that means, that's what I spoke about in the beginning, that everyone, we live in an individualistic world. The kind of conditioning you have, the kind of intelligence you have, the kind of ability you have to deal with situations is different. If you have not been able to cut through, it means you need more preparation. You need more preparation. कुछ लोग एक बार पढ़ के भी लिख लेते हैं, and कुछ लोगों को बार बार पढ़ना पड़ता है. That is true. Accept your reality, no? Accept it. कि आपने क्लियर नहीं किया, you need to prepare more. That's all you can do. उसने कर लिया और मैंने नहीं किया, अरे ऐसे कैसे हो गया? Why are you comparing yourself with that person? That person is living his own life. Your past test results, they haunt you. Your past experiences really haunt you. The first thing that comes to your mind is मैंने तब clear नहीं किया था, फिर से हुआ कि नहीं होगा. Think of this example of that I gave you about this girl who attempted for 9 times. जब 9वीं बार उसने दिया होगा तभी भी तो उसको अपने पिछले 8 रिजल्ट्स याद आ रहे होंगे. Yet she gave it. So there are people who are doing it. ऐसा नहीं, there are people who are not doing it, and they are real people living in real world, just as good as you are. It's about your mindset and about your thinking that you need to work around and come around. Being overworked and sleep deprived. This is also another reason for stress. When you overcompensate for your past failures, asking yourself dreaded question, that dreaded what if. We live in that what if world. What if I'm not able to clear this time? What if I forget all the answers? What if this question I have not done well comes in the paper? What if my score is not good and my parents, they start to haunt me? What if we live in a world that doesn't exist in our minds? You were trying to say something, Dr. Jyotsana?
Yeah. My students are getting anxious कि पहले मैम ये imposter syndrome जो आपने बता दिया है, इसको बताओ कि कैसे हम ओवरकम करें. जब मैं पढ़ा भी रही होती ना लेक्चर में, कहीं एक उनकी वो अटक जाती गरारी, पहले ये बताओ फिर हम आगे चलेंगे. So
you want to understand what is imposter syndrome?
No, they want to know how to break it off, how to cure it, how to get over it,
The only
how to treat
way
it.
of work towards your self-doubt is positive self-talking. That's the only way to work towards your self-doubt. Because the practical things of doing it, self-doubt is your own created. तुमने खुद create किया है. That stress is self-generated. तुमने खुद create किया है, तुम ही उसको deal करोगे. तुमने जो अपने दिमाग में डाउट डाल दिया है कि मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा, I cannot do it. Also, work on your confidence. When you practice more, when you do something repeatedly, you become an expert. It takes 10,000 hours of doing something to become an expert. So, which means you need to keep doing it and practicing it. When you practice.
Quick remedy?
Hmm?
Any quick remedy? Something which is short-lived maybe, but yes, effective.
For imposter syndrome, dress up well.
Current, I doubt that.
It really works. Trust me, it really works. Dress well. Wear your best outfit that day. When you're feeling underconfident and when you're feeling not up to the mark. Wear a jacket, wear a blazer, dress up well. एक दिन try करके देखो. सुनने में ना हंसी आ रही, but I'm telling you, try करके देखो. And get up every day and dress up. Dressing up really helps. When you look good, from outside, when you look good, people pay more attention to you. People give you more importance. That kind of importance and attention when you get from people gives you a boost, gives your confidence a boost. That's the quickest remedy to deal with imposter feeling. That is to tackle your confidence, to dress up well. And by dressing up doesn't mean that you will wear your lehengas or traditional clothes. Dressing up really smartly. So have some nice clothing pieces in your wardrobe. Invest in them. Have a nice jacket, a blazer, and wear the colors that make you look great. Wear authoritative colors like black, navy, or brighter colors. Color therapy, yes, color therapy really works to improve your mood. Have you noticed when you get a compliment, your face instantly lights up?
Year to year, yeah.
Yes, when somebody tells you you look great, you look lovely, you've lost weight, these kind of compliments, your face instantly
Don't
lights
talk about weight, Priya, please. Let's.
up. Okay, let's cut the weight bit. Let's cut the weight bit. Let's stick to looking great.
Yeah.
When you get a compliment, you feel good. So dress up. करके देखो. मैं जो बोल रही हूँ करके देखो. Do it for 40 days. And 40 days के बाद अगर आपको change नहीं लगा, I will help you personally. I will personally help you overcome your low confidence. But these are quick remedies that work. Dressing up well, positive self-talking. Yes, yes.
I'm sorry to break in. Another one thing which the students feel challenged with, and as I'm reading their comments, everybody plans, कि नहीं हमको ये करना है. Everybody sets a target. They have their daily targets क्योंकि we have to meet their daily targets. But कई बार क्या होता है, we don't set realistic targets because of which we are not able to meet them. The first thing प्रज्ञा दैट वी हैव टू वर्क ऑन इज कि जो भी आप टारगेट डेली टाइम में सेट कर रहे हो वो एक रियलिस्टिक टारगेट होना चाहिए कि जो मीट हो सके. माय क्वेरी इज प्रिया, अगर एक बच्चे ने रियलिस्टिक टारगेट सेट किया है अपने दिन के लिए, तो वो कई बार उसको मीट करने में, फुलफिल करने में केपेबल नहीं हो पाता है. ऐसा वो क्या अपनी मैनेजमेंट में, टाइम मैनेजमेंट में करे कि वो अपने डेली टारगेट्स मीट कर पाए? इज देयर समथिंग दे हैव टू अवॉइड व्हिच विल हेल्प देम कंसंट्रेट मोर एंड फिनिश देयर डेली टास्क इन टाइम?
तो सी गोल्स का एक फॉर्मूला होता है. गोल्स खाली रियलिस्टिक नहीं होते हैं. ठीक है, दे आर जस्ट नॉट रियलिस्टिक. गोल्स हैव टू बी स्मार्ट.
Okay.
Which is, it has to be specific. You need to have a specific target, goal. Specifically, I will be finishing this chapter. It has to be measurable in so much time. I mean, I will finish 3 pages of this chapter or this course module. Attainable. You think it is doable? Is it possible, or are you overwhelming yourself with? You also have other things to look at during the day. You also have other things to cater to. So, is it attainable? It's not just a realistic target, it has to be attainable as well.
Yeah.
If you have a huge target, cut it into small pieces. And to manage your time, one thing about, and the last T is time bound. Coming to time, think of your urge. The matrix is importance and urgency. Of being important and urgent, not important, not urgent, important but not urgent, urgent but not important. So when you have your goals set, understand, map, they have to be smart. Goal setting and time management is a separate thing. We can probably have another session on this, doing, but these are quick tips. These are quick tips for your goals and for time management. Identify your tasks. They have to be smart. That is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. We can delve into it deeper later whenever we have a session on this. And on your time management. Plot your task. अपने दिन में बहुत सारे टास्क कर लिए, टू डू लिस्ट बना लिए, पर उसमें से कौन सी इंपॉर्टेंट है और अर्जेंट नहीं है. जो अर्जेंट नहीं है वो आप बाद में कर सकते हो, पर इंपॉर्टेंट है तो उस टास्क का कुछ हिस्सा, कुछ पार्ट आप करो, because it is important. So it's important that you prepare for your NEET exams. It is not urgent because the exams are maybe 5 months away, but it's important. So dedicate about 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever time window you have, some proportion of your time to that task. If something is really urgent but not important, which means the petty task, whatever takes 2 minutes to do it, do it right away. In your to-do list, there are a lot of things which will not take you more than 2 minutes. जिस काम को दो ही मिनट लगने वाले हैं, which will not take you more than 2 to 5 minutes, just do it right away and finish it off your plate. क्या होता है ना, ये जो छोटे छोटे 2 मिनट के टास्क होते हैं, they keep piling on to you, and when they pile on, they become huge, and that's how they add on to your stress as well. And that's how also when you have more important tasks to attend to, you're not able to do that because आपके पास में छोटे छोटे बहुत टास्क है कंप्लीट करने के लिए. Yes?
Yeah.
Are we good? So now coming to coping mechanisms of your stress. The first thing is acknowledge. You have to be aware that you're under stress. These feelings that you have to acknowledge it. Give yourself permission to feel anxious. Let yourself feel that kind of feeling that you have. But again, I said, let it just motivate you and stimulate you positively. The first thing is being self-aware. We are under constant stress. We constantly keep feeding ourselves with negative thoughts, but we don't know we are doing it. Then analyze. पता है स्ट्रेस में क्या होता है, हमें ये जो इम्पोस्टर फीलिंग्स होती हैं और ये जो लो कॉन्फिडेंस होता है, ये क्या होता है, it'll be a very small thing of that entire stressful thought which is limiting you and which has triggered that mindset and triggered that thought in you. Analyze what is actually bothering you. अगर तुम्हें imposter feeling आ भी रही है, if you have a low confidence feeling as well, what is making you feel low confident, what is making you feel underconfident, then work on that. It may take some time, but then work on that. When you see yourself working towards something positively, you have that confidence naturally being developed. You know कि हाँ मैं कर रही हूँ, हो जाएगा. I'm working towards it. Losing weight is the easiest example to give. When you're trying to lose weight, you're working out 30 minutes a day, you're doing small things of avoiding foods that must not be had. So you're working towards it. धीरे धीरे कर रहे हो. I've identified मेरी प्रॉब्लम क्या है, मुझे लो कॉन्फिडेंस क्यों आ रहा है, क्योंकि मुझे I feel that I have a lot of weight on my body which I need to deal with. Some people don't have that. I'm just giving an example.
I know you're talking about me. It's okay.
No, I'm just giving an example. You're great at carrying yourself. I love the way you carry yourself.
Thanks.
Yeah. So identify and analyze. Be self-aware and analyze what is creating that issue. The best way is play hide and seek. मुझे तो ना एकदम से क्या कर सकते हो? Dodge it. Play hide and seek with it. Because it is beginning to control you. If stress is there, you are here. You have to dodge it. Think of that chore police game. Stress police है और तुम चोर हो और तुम भाग रहे हो उससे. Avoid other stress people. क्या होता है? We have that friend circle जो खुद तो बहुत स्ट्रेस रहते ही हैं और तुमको भी और स्ट्रेसफुल सिचुएशन में डाल देते हैं.
Right. One such student just said कि मैम मेरा कोई गली वाले का सोसाइटी वाले का फोन आ जाता है ना और वो भी ड्रॉप है और मैं भी ड्रॉप हूँ समथिंग लाइक दैट, तो मुझे और स्ट्रेस हो जाता है. ये ऐसे नेगेटिव लोगों को कैसे अवॉइड करना चाहिए यार?
टाटा बाय बाय. Really, be selfish. Tata bye bye.
Yeah.
Because they are not helping you grow as a person. Tell me, what's your ultimate goal in life? To be successful in life. Right? हम सबका ultimate goal वही है. To be successful in life. And when you have these negative people around you, when you have these people who are adding on to your stress around you, you have to leave them behind. Or you just let them interfere in your life so much so that they do not impact you. Others, there is no way anybody else can control your life other than you yourself. और एग्जाम के बाद पोस्टमार्टम करना बंद कर दो एग्जाम का. अगर पोस्टमार्टम करना है तो पोस्टमार्टम इज नॉट द राइट वर्ड. एनालाइज, आइडेंटिफाई the gaps that could have been filled, or that needs to be filled. So take it in a rational and a positive stride. The whole problem is that you have made yourself believe कि हम तो दुनिया का बहुत महान एग्जाम देने जा रहे हैं, हमने पहाड़ अपने सर पे ले लिया है, एंड हमसे होगा कि नहीं हमें पता नहीं. All these negative feelings are negative thoughts you have fed yourself with. Avoid it, completely avoid it. And then start altering your behavior. Get organized. Try humor. Distract yourself. Make funny faces in front of the mirror. Could be stressful situation like शीशे के सामने जाओ और just do some funny faces. Distract yourself. Say tongue twisters. Tongue twisters are excellent, by the way, they're excellent techniques to improve your communication skills as well. And tongue twisters are really fun. It will change your mood. So the thing is, to alter your mood is to change your mood here. To alter your situation is to change your mood. Go for a walk, take a bath, whatever. And accept it. Just accept it and adapt to it. Adapting to a changing situation, adapting to a negative situation is the greatest strength that you can have as a person. If you're able to adapt to any life situation, nobody is stronger than you are.
You know, one of my students says, I call him Yum Yum. He says कि मैम अगर मेरे को पता है कि मुझे स्ट्रेस है और मैं उसको अक्नॉलेज भी कर लेता हूँ और फिर मैं रिलैक्स हो जाता हूँ, तो ना मुझे और स्ट्रेस हो जाता है. यार मैंने घंटा रेस्ट कर लिया, मेरा घंटा पढ़ाई का निकल गया, अब मैं 1 घंटा बैक चला गया हूँ. अब मैंने ये 1 घंटा कवर कैसे करूँगा? मेरा तो बैकलॉग हो गया. So how to overcome this feeling is yes, backlog is a big stress to the kids, you know. मैं 1 दिन पीछे हो गया, मैं 1 घंटा पीछे हो गया, वो जो वो बैकलॉग वाली फीलिंग है ना, वो इनकी जाती ही नहीं है यार.
बैक पीछे किससे हो गया?
खुद
Ask
से,
yourself.
अपने सेट टारगेट से.
Then अगर तुम पीछे हो गए हो, if you're feeling rejuvenated now, then put that extra hour. Instead of saying to yourself कि मैं पीछे हो गया, think of it, मेरे को आगे कैसे जाना है. तुमने वो 1 घंटा रेस्ट, that was required. It was that 1 hour of rest will increase your productivity. तुम जो 2 घंटे में कर सकते थे, तुम अब 1-1.5 घंटे में कर लोगे उसको. So honestly, that 1 hour of rest is increasing your productivity physically. But because you have told yourself कि अरे मैंने 1 घंटा waste कर दिया, that was not a waste. Do one thing. When you write your goals, when you write कि मुझे आज ये करना है, give yourself that break time as well. उस goal setting sheet में include 30 minutes of 3 30-minute breaks in that time setting sheet of yours. Give yourself that rest time. And then you will feel more productive कि हाँ मैंने अपना rest time को ठीक से utilize किया. उन 30 minutes में तुम्हें जो भी करना है, don't sit on the smartphone and burden your eyes furthermore. That 1 hour of rest will actually increase your productivity. Whatever you could have done in 2 hours of that stressed working schedule will eventually take you just 1.5 hours. So you are खुद से पीछे नहीं हुए हो तुम. You have given that rest to your body and your mind, which is important for it to get recharged, to getting back to your work, getting back to your studies. Productivity is important. Productivity is real. You can't keep cramming for hours. Nobody can study for 12 hours at a stretch. You need that break. So think of it as something that you deserve it. Or reward yourself. Start the rewarding system. मैं 2 घंटे, 2 hours of no smartphone, nothing else, just focus study. I will reward myself of 45 minutes of this. Inbuild the rewarding system in your schedule. If you treat that break time as a reward, as something that you deserve, and that will actually, in a way, benefit you and make you more productive, you will not think of it as a कि मैंने time waste कर दिया. Breaks, vacation पे जाते हो, is that a waste?
हाँ मिलती है हमारे बच्चों को वेकेशन. देखो ना,
it's a
26
phase of
जनवरी को
life.
भी पढ़ रहे हैं.
This is a phase of life. Yes. पर vacations पे जाते हो, कहीं तो गए हो. कभी तो गए हो. Whenever you go for vacations, is that a waste of time? When you come back from vacations, how do you feel? You feel recharged. You feel rejuvenated. And if you don't, it means that you are negatively disposed person. तुमको वो नेगेटिव जोन से खुद को पॉजिटिव जोन में लेकर आना है. अगर एक वेकेशन के बाद भी तुम्हें लगता है कि मुझे एक और वेकेशन चाहिए या मैं थक गया एंड दिस एंड दैट, इट मींस यू आर अ नेगेटिवली डिस्पोज्ड पर्सन. You need to deal with that negativity because that will not make you successful. So
Yes.
reward yourself to answering to that question that मैं वो 1 घंटा पीछे हो गया, खुद से पीछे हो गया. Start rewarding yourself with breaks. When you think of a break as a reward, as something you deserve, you will not feel that this is something which I don't deserve.
All right, let's continue with acceptance.
Yes. So acceptance is just accept it and adapt to it. Now, some happy remedies, some quick, real, do it yourself remedies that you can do, which will work for you. Take regular breaks and schedule in fun things to look forward to. So, fun things could be cooking, could be doing anything, whatever is fun for you, going for a ride on your bike, going for a drive, doing a video call with a friend who is not appearing for the same exam, because what you will do is end up talking about the exam then. Catching up with your friends, relatives, anyone. So do fun things in that break time. Why did I say that don't go to your smartphone? Because smartphone will not rejuvenate you. It'll just, you will not feel that you have done something productive, something fun. So kuch fun karo. And don't listen to others. लोग कुछ भी बोलते रहे, don't listen to them. Do what you feel is best for you and right. Exercise. Make sure that you have at least 20 minutes or 30 minutes of workout time in your entire day. Exercise karo. If you start your day with an exercise routine, it will keep you positive the entire day. Trust me, it's scientifically proven. It is my personal experience. When you start your day with a physical exercise, it rejuvenates you. And close that physical exercise routine with 5 minutes of breathing and meditation. 20 minutes of jogging, walking, anything, and then 5 minutes of your breathing exercises and meditation. This has to be routine, in routine. इसको तुम रोज करोगे ना, you will start seeing a change in yourself. अब हमने ये टिप्स लेके बोलोगे अरे नहीं यार ये सब तो हमसे नहीं होगा. That means you have negatively spoken to yourself. तुम करना नहीं चाहते हो. अगर तुम एक्चुअल में रियल में कुछ करना चाहते हो ना, तो तुम करोगे. अगर आपको रियल में अपने स्ट्रेस को बीट करना है, तो आपको ये करना पड़ेगा. You are in a competitive situation, you are in a challenging situation, and you have to face it. You have to live with it. Speak to someone. It's the best thing that you can do. Speak it out. Bol do. Vent it out. And vent it out to a good listener. Somebody who can listen to you without judging you.
I'm always there listening, babies.
I'm also there.
So,
just speak it out. If you speak to someone who's not judging you, who's not, going to give you anything but just listen to you, it will help you. Watch a film, TV show, listen to a podcast. Now you will say, ये सब में तो बहुत time waste हो जाएगा मेरा. I'll tell you what will happen. अगर आप ये नहीं करोगे ना, तो जितना टाइम आप स्ट्रेस लेने में वेस्ट करोगे, उससे बेटर है आप ये कर लो. 2 घंटे कोई मूवी देख लो. If it will, it will endorse those positive feelings in you, which will make you productive. Get some sleep, get enough rest, drink a nice hot chocolate, cook or bake something. These are small activities which you can do while you're preparing for your exams at home. Now, some motivational movies for your rescue. You can just take a picture or a screenshot of this, probably will help. And there are plenty more. I can send a list of it. There are plenty more motivational, happy movies that will motivate you. What you require here is positive motivation. You need to be intrinsically motivated. अंदर से motivation होनी चाहिए आप में कि आपको करना ही है, और करने के बाद भी नहीं हुआ तो फिर करोगे आप. And for your negative self image, imposter feelings, low confidence, positive self affirmations really work. Dressing up really, really, really works. I cannot emphasize on the fact and importance of dressing up well. Don't take it for granted. पढ़ने भी बैठे हो, घर पे भी पढ़ने बैठे हो ना, तो भी अच्छा तैयार होके पढ़ने बैठो. You will feel motivated, you will feel charged up. Yes, you will. मैं सुबह से प्रिपेयर कर रही थी. I was just sitting in my pajamas and preparing for this session. The moment I got into this attire of mine, which was like a couple of hours ago, I got that element of mine of me. I felt that charge and energy in me. I felt that I'm powerful, I can do it. So these are tried and tested things. These are not just good to know, good to hear things. ये कोई बोल रहा है, people are talking about it, it means that they must be done. Ignore the noise and stay focused. Just ignore the noise. Noise कौन सी, जो बाहर से आ रही है वो भी, और जो अंदर से आ रही है वो भी. Yes.
Stay focused. There's so many students, they're focused, they read, they practice also. I don't know, one thing goes wrong, या किसी दिन एक दिन ऐसा उनके दिमाग में ख्याल आ जाता है कि यार सब कुछ कर रहा हूँ फिर भी पता नहीं होता क्यों नहीं है. जैसे वो बीच बीच में टेस्ट देते रहते हैं ना. इट्स नॉट दैट कि नीट नहीं होता. लाइक एवरी 15 days they're writing a test and they're not scoring that well as they expect them to, or which is required for them to clear the exam, the minimum cut off. So वो सारा मोटिवेशन, वो सारा सब सब गड्ढे में चला जाता है. मतलब वो सारा फोकस छूट जाता है just because of that one silly moment. That entire focus of 3 months goes in vain. So is there any technique that we can get the focus back? जितनी जल्दी वो जा रहा है उतनी जल्दी आ भी जाए.
So ask yourself, why do you want to do this? Or do you want to do this at all?
Bingo.
Ask yourself that आपको करना है ये, फिर से ट्राई करना है. पहली बात तो आपने सब कुछ किया नहीं, इसलिए वो क्लियर नहीं हुआ. That's the reality. So accept it. You cannot say to yourself कि मैंने सब कुछ कर लिया फिर भी नहीं हुआ. वो नहीं हुआ इसका मतलब आपने सब कुछ नहीं किया. That was required for you to do it. That's the harsh reality. You have to accept it. And to get yourself restarted, ask yourself, do you want to do this? When that girl attempted the same exam for 9 times, she knew she wants to do it. She knew she wants to clear it. And that is why she entered and did that exam, right? She kept trying. आपको भी, आप में भी वो चाह है. Do you also have that desire in you, that want in you to do it? Ask yourself, you will get your focus back. किसी चीज को हम दिल से चाहें, शिद्दत से चाहें, तो पूरी कायनात लग जाती है तुम्हें उसको देने की.
My dialogue, guys, see, so I'm not the only one who believes in it. अगर तुम दिल से किसी चीज को करना चाहते हो तो the cosmos conspires you to get it your way.
Yes, the universe vouches for you. You will get it. You will get it when you have really, really wanted for it. Saying कि मैंने 3 महीने प्रिपेयर कर लिया वो एग्जाम के लिए और फिर मैं देने गई और I did not clear. 3 months were not enough. Or your preparation level was not enough. Your preparation quality was not enough. You need to work harder. That's it. These are very simple things in life. We just overcomplicate it. Not complicate, overcomplicate it. We take it to a level that they just go up. I started my session with most of our life is spent in our heads. Make sure it's a good place to be. We live in our heads, we live in our thoughts. We breathe those thoughts. And stop being a people pleaser. A people person, somebody who's trying to please everyone. किसी को please करने के लिए तुम you put yourself in a difficult situation. If you want to say no to someone, you can't do it, just say no. If that person is not able to understand your situation, it's not your problem. You are the most important person in your life. In this situation, when you're trying to do this exam, even otherwise, generally also in life, prioritize yourself and your needs and wants. It's not being selfish. It's just understanding your priorities. And when you do that, you will know when you can let go of yourself. You will know when to give time to other things, to other people, to other situations, and to other activities. Give your stress wings and let it fly. The last is practice gratitude. It's an important thing. Just the way you start, you positively talk to yourself, you also have to be thankful for every single breath you take. We take it for granted. We take our existence for granted. Practice gratitude, that you say thank you every time, every night before sleeping. Thank for a lot of things that you have had. You have this facility of attending this session. You have this facility of learning from a great professor. There are a lot of things. You have so many facilities at your disposal. Be thankful to it. It's just a practice to make you more positive towards life. Stress is nothing but a negative self-feeding. You have to imbibe more positivity in your life, which will help you tackle stress and deal with different life situations. Yes, so that is all from my end. I am open for more questions and discussions.
So everybody wants to know quick actions, that we can perform to break out of overthinking. Besides chewing gum, what else you can do? I used to usually go sing a song with my mom.
Yes.
And I used to go play with my dad. He used to love playing chess. So I used to play chess with him. Something that breaks the circle.
So these very things that you spoke about, yes, these things help. Go and do something positive. We just discussed it. That take breaks, speak to someone, watch a film, do something fun, go out. If you haven't tried something, do that one thing which you haven't tried, which you wanted to try for a long time. Do that. It's about distracting your mind. It could be, it's individualistic, it's personal. Listen to a laughter show, any podcast that makes you laugh. There are plenty of activities. There are so many motivational speeches as well. Listen to good speeches. YouTube is filled with good speeches. Jim Rohn, for example, is one of those persons. Just I will recommend you to listen to his speeches. They're extremely motivating and they're fun.
How to deal with the FOMO thing, yeah. That this is really big. Even I feel it sometimes,
What FOMO? FOMO off?
FOMO of being, from the family, from time, with hanging out with friends. You sometimes you're so engrossed in work and you're too much into yourself that you don't get to go out much.
Yes. So it's about prioritizing. It's about knowing your priorities in that very moment. Abhi, is time pe I need to give myself. As we grew up, as toddlers, as children, we spent so much time at home. As teenagers, we spent time with our friends. As young adults, we spent time building our careers, then families. So it's a phase of life, and you have to go through those phases of life. Whatever you're doing right now is a phase of your life. It will pass through. You will get back to that situation. Those things are permanent. Your friends, family, people who want you in your life, they are permanent in your life. Understand that. वो कहीं नहीं जाएंगे. Not being able to spend time with your family right now, but they're still there. You will spend that time with them later when you are able to do it. What you're doing is for yourself, for your family. They are permanent people. So this fear is there because you feel that अरे वो कहीं चले तो नहीं जाएंगे. Permanent नहीं है, नहीं permanent है, वही है. Abhi, they also understand that you need to focus on this right now. And it's for you to understand that you better focus on this thing right now.
And also like, yeah, जैसे मैंने बोला, everybody has their own ecosystem, है ना? Some family, some finance, some social. So it's personal for everyone. If there's anything that they're dealing with, how to overcome that, sad feeling, if I may say.
So let that sad feeling be. When you forcefully try to overcome that feeling, it may not help you. It may, in fact, worsen your feeling. If something, for example, if a bad situation has happened in your life, something terrible is going on in your home, you can't help but feel sad. So just let that sadness be.
Carry it with you and do your work
Yes.
along with it.
Carry along. Let that sadness be. You will a part of you is going to remain sad. Don't forcefully try to overcome that sadness कि नहीं मेरे को वो हटाना है. You have to live with that sadness. It's okay. If you experience that feeling, हम बोलते हैं ना कि रो लो. Sometimes crying it out really helps.
Muskan, this is something like being a confirmer. Sometimes you don't have enough energy कि आप अपने आप को रेगुलेट कर सको, तो उस टाइम पे कंफर्म टू दैट सिचुएशन.
Accept it.
या
Accept it. You don't have to regulate everything. अरे घर में कुछ बहुत terrible हो रहा है. Your friend, something really terrible is happening. You can't help. You're attached to that person, to that situation. You can't help but be in it. So carry along with that sadness. If you forcefully try to get yourself out of it, तो आप चाहोगे तो भी नहीं निकाल सकते अपने आप को.
the haunting question, the 3-hour exam. मतलब अगर by chance ऐसा होता है, I remember writing my board exam physics का. I'll tell you my personal experience. एक तो मैं पढ़ी नहीं थी कुछ, पढ़ती तो लिखती थी मैं थी नहीं. पेपर आया बोर्ड का and I always had a trend, starting from the back. Be it any exam, मैं हमेशा पीछे से स्टार्ट करती हूँ. तो पहला क्वेश्चन देखा नहीं आता, दूसरा क्वेश्चन देखा नहीं आता, लास्ट के 6 क्वेश्चन मुझे नहीं आते थे. एंड हमारे टाइम में ना ऐसा होता था, वो लास्ट के जो 6 मार्क्स के क्वेश्चन 5 मार्क्स, आई डिड नॉट नो एनी. सो लाइक ज्योत्सना तू तो फेल है बेटा फिजिक्स में. सो मैं अब क्या करूं. सो आई वाज अ पर्सन जिसको पता था कि उसके माँ बाप ने उसे कुछ नहीं बोलना कि वो फेल भी हो जाएगी. एंड आई न्यू कि मेरे कम नंबर भी आएंगे तो कुछ ना कुछ तो मैं कर लूंगी. तो somehow I had it in the back of mind कि देखी जाएगी, ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या होगा. But there are people who get stressed and they are not able to solve a single question beyond it. As you said, कि हर किसी का stress coping is individualistic.
Yes.
Is there anything that we can help them with a tip कि हर कोई मेरी तरह ढीठ नहीं है जैसे कि, तो फिर क्या करे वो?
So instantly go in the bathroom and wash your face with cold water. If you're stressed in your exam hall में अगर ऐसी situation आ गई where you feel paralyzed and you're not able to write, ये भी नहीं आता, वो भी नहीं आता, just go to the washroom and put some cold water on your face. Cold water, washing your face with cold water settles you down. That anxiety that is building up inside you settles. And then start writing a paper. Start with that question that you know very well. Attempt those questions that you know very well. I think this is a very common thing which everyone knows, that you start with those questions that you know very well and you know you can perform your best at.
Sometimes you lose that, what do you say, the tempo to attempt a question. वो हाथ पैर इतने फूल जाते हैं कि कोई भी क्वेश्चन नहीं आता, कि क्वेश्चन दिख भी रहा होता है सामने, पढ़ भी रहे होते, समझ ही नहीं आता कि वो बोल क्या रहा है. I have to actually read it 4-5 times if I'm stressed, but I don't get to know what the language is trying to tell me.
Distract yourself. रिमाइंड योर सेल्फ कि आपको एग्जाम क्यों देना इंपॉर्टेंट है, ठीक है, और लिख लो कहीं पे कि अगर मैंने एग्जाम क्लियर कर लिया, हाउ आर यू गोइंग टू रिवॉर्ड योर सेल्फ. थिंक ऑफ दैट रिवॉर्ड, दैट बिग रिवॉर्ड दैट यू रियली वांटेड टू. राइट दैट रिवॉर्ड, लेट इट बी इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. व्हेन यू सी दैट रिवॉर्ड swinging in front of you again and again, you will get motivated. Your motivation will come back.
Okay.
You have to reward. अब एग्जाम लिखने के बाद क्या होगा? What will happen? Think of, हाँ?
एग्जाम होने के बाद everyone's going to party and वो बिल मेरे नाम पे फाड़ने वाले हैं.
पार्टी होगी नहीं, एग्जाम क्लियर करके how will it impact your life?
Yeah.
Think of that. क्लियर करके आपकी लाइफ पे क्या इम्पैक्ट आने वाला है, तो वो इम्पैक्ट के बारे में सोचो, उसको लिखो. आपको क्या रिवॉर्ड्स मिलेंगे? गेटिंग इनटू द बेस्ट इंस्टीट्यूट, हैविंग द बेस्ट लाइफ, लग्जूरियस लाइफ, विनर्स लाइफ, So just write a winner's life. I will lead a winner's life. Maybe this statement will help. There are people who win, there are people who lose. You want to be a winner. So if you're anxious at that time, remind yourself that no, you also want to be a winner. You are a winner. These are some quick ways of collecting yourself back and motivating yourself. Again, I will just re-emphasize that it's about you saying to yourself. If you put yourself in that negative mindset, आप demotivate कर लोगे खुद को तो you will come out as a loser. क्या होगा? आपने अटेम्प्ट नहीं किया, आपने कुछ भी अटेम्प्ट नहीं किया, मुझको 6 क्वेश्चन आते थे, तुम्हें कुछ 10 आते थे, मैंने वो भी ढंग से अटेम्प्ट नहीं किए. क्या होगा उसके बाद में? यू विल कम आउट एज अ लूजर. डू यू वांट टू वर्क आउट एज अ लूजर? एज अ लूजर who did not even try. You know, trying and failing is not losing. Not trying and failing is losing. अगर आप अटेम्प्ट ही नहीं कर रहे हो, ट्राई नहीं कर रहे हो, then that means nobody is a bigger loser than you are. ट्राई करके फेल हुए, उसको लूज करना नहीं बोलते. You gave your best, yet you failed. That's not a loser. You won because you gave your best shot. Your best shot was not enough. You need to work more. But आपने try नहीं किया. You gave a bad try. You attempted it badly. That's being a loser. And आपको अंदर से पता है. You will blame your external forces. पर आपको अंदर से पता है कि आपने ठीक से अटेम्प्ट किया या नहीं किया. आप पूरी दुनिया को कुछ भी बोल लो. You may say anything to Dr. Jyotsna, you may say anything to your parents, but you would know internally whether you gave your best shot or not.
So intriguing.
This is intriguing. Give some thoughts to whatever we have discussed, and we can reconnect. We can have a session again after a few days and weeks with some new coping strategies. First, try these strategies, and these will work. I'm 100% sure. I'm very confident that these will work. They have worked for me, and if they can work for me, they can work for you as well.
Is there any special thing that we can help students with breakdowns, tremors, anxiety attacks?
That is negative stress. That is extreme negative stress. Maybe you speak to someone and you have some counseling sessions.
Okay. So Munaza, she can always connect with Priya if she wants to, and if your batchmate needs help, sometimes you need individualistic approach to get help with. So maybe we'll be sharing Priya's Instagram link on the description, so all of you can connect with her if there's anything personal you would like to discuss with her. Is that okay, Priya?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, on my LinkedIn, I'm also a content creator. I create regular content on LinkedIn, which talks about how to have a winning mindset, how to have a motivated mindset, how to do things in life to improve yourself, to enhance yourself. I essentially work on self enhancement and self improvement, growth strategies. Think of growth. Just think of growth, how you can grow. Think of that. These things will, get you in the positive stride. And yet, if everyone's ability to deal with a certain situation is different, if you have palpitations and sweating and negative stress has impacted you extremely in a physical, it's in your physical health, get counseling. There's no harm. It's a good thing. In fact, it will nourish your mindset in a positive way, and you will be able to ride through. You need help. Everyone needs support.
True. So hope, Bhagwati, that you will focus on being better. Like you said, I'm doing better. So just focus on the greater aspect of it. Let's go from good, better, best. And everyone's so happy to have this discussion with you, Priya. As you can read in the comments, they're feeling energetic. They're feeling positive.
I haven't read the comments. I've been just listening to you and trying to. I really hope that my words mean a lot to you. And I more than know, I will feel fulfilled only if you do these things.
Please follow.
What I will do is I will maybe send a stress questionnaire And these strategies in a Word document. First, test your your stress levels. What are your stress levels like? And then try these remedies. I hope you've taken some notes, something you must have written down. And these are not just बोलने की चीजें, ये सब करने की चीजें हैं.
Post session, Priya, you may share some to do things with me,
Yes.
and I'll share it with the kids on our
I will do
Telegram.
that. Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. So, anything else that we can help you with, or shall we call it a day?
In the chat link, I will share my Insta handle and my LinkedIn link as well. This
We'll
chat
pin
is
it for
still
you.
there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I will. Should I do it right away?
Yeah, yeah, we can
Or
do
this
it.
chat will remain open?
The chat will get end once the live session gets over, but we do have a comment section, so don't worry, it will be handled.
Okay, ठीक है, great.
It's all cool.
Great.
Perfect. So, a very happy Republic Day to all of you, and a very happy Basant Panchami to all of you. May Ma Saraswati bless all of you with the light of knowledge, with the courage that you may clear your NEET exam in flying colors, and all of you treat me when I get 60 years old and Priya gets 70 years old and our family members when they get 80 years old. So we will be looking for you future doctors then. Okay?
Just punch your stress away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a very, very great evening, guys.
Yes.
Relax and repeat. Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone. Yes.
Ta-da.
Bye-bye.
All right. And also, I wanted to tell you guys that we have Dr. Praveen's session tomorrow. I hope all of you are updated with that info. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., genetics, first chapter, inheritance. Sir, after a very long time on special request from all of you, is coming live to teach you genetics. So don't miss it at all. And if you really want to help your batchmates, friends, everyone, this is never going to happen again. And once in a year event ho raha hai, ab to ye to please tell everyone to join in to Dr. Praveen's session. It is an exclusive one. Believe me, the genetics is going to become a cakewalk for you once you attend his lecture. Okay, I'll be sharing the link with everyone on the Telegram channel. So do not miss this session at all. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. मैंने बड़ी जद्दोजहद करके सर से ये लेक्चर लिया है, बिल्कुल खबरदार इसको मिस नहीं करना है. Okay? All right. Anything else that I can help you all with? One. रोल्स रॉयस पे तुम मुझे लेके जाओगे या मुझे तुम्हें लेके जाना है अर्शद? तुम लेके जाओगे तो आई एम मोर देन हैप्पी टू गो. मेरे को तुम्हें लेके जाना है तो उसमें बहुत दिन लग जाएंगे. कब मैं रोल्स रॉयस खरीदूंगी और कब तुमको राइड पे लेके जाऊंगी. But one day, as Priya says, be positive. Good vibes only. है ना? We have to look for the better prospect. हमारे पास रोल्स रॉयस होगी, हम राइड पे जाएंगे. Sure, Arshad, any day. फिर हम गाना भी चलाएंगे लॉन्ग ड्राइव पे चल. ओके? Okay then. Good evening once again. Good night. And sir, we'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. sharp. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Good night.
Thank you so much, Priya, for your time.
Thank you, Dr. Jyotsana, for having me on.
Yeah, anytime. Tara kids.